Hello dessert lovers, welcome back to Earth to Rocco. Today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my all-time favorite cookie recipes, which are Snickerdoodles. Snickerdoodles are a cookie I used to make all the time before going vegan, and I finally found a vegan recipe that's just as good as the way I used to make it. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with these cookies because I love them to death, but I hate that I eat them all in one sitting. It's unclear where Snickerdoodles originated, but it's believed to have German and Dutch origins and then made its way over to the US. Snickerdoodles are typically baked around the holiday season and are really popular for Christmas cookie exchanges, but I like to make them all year round. The ones I'm going to be making today are really soft and chewy, and you're absolutely going to love it. They're also incredibly easy to make, and I can't wait anymore, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is prepare the dry ingredients. Here I have 3 cups or 375 grams of all-purpose flour. If you're measuring it in cups, make sure to spoon the flour into the measuring cup and level it out. The next ingredient I'm going to be using is cream of tartar. Cream of tartar gives Snickerdoodles their characteristic tangy flavor and also helps to create their distinct texture. It makes the cookies super chewy and soft on the inside and crispy on the outside. It's often used in combination with baking soda to contribute to the leavening of the dough. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons into the flour. We're going to use a teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to whisk it together until it's well combined. Snickerdoodles are known for their cinnamon and sugar coating, which gives them a sweet and slightly spicy flavor. I'm going to prepare this now because after we mix the dough, everything's going to go really fast. In a shallow dish, I have 1/3 cup of sugar. I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And we'll just whisk that up. Now we're going to need a stand mixer. I have the stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment. So in my stand mixer, I'm going to put in 1 cup of unsalted vegan butter. It's important to make sure your vegan butter is at room temperature. Then I'm going to put in 1 1/3 cups of white sugar. Mix this at a medium speed until it's smooth and creamy. Every so often, you'll need to scrape down the sides of the mixing bowl. This is going to take about 2 minutes. I'm now adding in 1/4 cup of applesauce and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Just mix it on a medium speed until it's combined. So now on a low speed, we're going to slowly add in our dry ingredients. You should end up with a very thick mixture. Now we're going to make it to cookies. I'm using a 1.5 tablespoon cookie scooper. Yeah?
It's not a cookie scooper, it's a scooper.
They're called cookie scoopers, no?
The scoopers.
I'm using a 1.5 tablespoon cookie scoop. Cookie.
Scooper scooper.
Cooper scooper. I'm using a... I want to say cookie scooper.
But it's not just for cookies. You could scoop ice cream, you could scoop everything.
Okay. I'm using a 1.5 tablespoon scooper. So I'm going to scoop out some cookie dough and I'm going to place it into the sugar coating. And we'll just roll it around. Make sure it all gets coated. And then place it on the tray. 1 down and about 29 more to go. You're going to want to make sure you're using a very large cookie tray because they're going to need a little bit of space to expand in the oven. Bake them in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. Make sure not to overbake them to maintain their chewy texture. When they come out of the oven, allow them to cool on the baking tray for 10 minutes. Then transfer them over to a cooling rack to allow them to cool completely. These are so delicious. They're chewy on the inside, crispy on the outside, and loaded with flavor. They're sweet and tangy, and you taste cinnamon in every bite. They're just like the way I used to make them. I actually quite like the vegan version a lot better. There you have it, an easy, simple recipe to recreate the classic Snickerdoodles, but vegan. If you enjoyed this recipe, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with my latest vegan recipes. Head on over to earth2rocco.com for all the ingredients and instructions for today's recipe and more dessert recipes. Excuse me while I go finish the rest of these. Bye!